Okay, switching over from services to pet products, between food products and non-food products, obviously it's the non-food products that are going to be more challenged to maintain sales, especially with the economic impact of coronavirus. Within the non-food supplies category, who do you see as likely to be more affected and less affected by COVID-19?
Well, once again, it sort of boils down to discretionary versus non-discretionary, and probably the least discretionary product in the non-food supplies market would be cat litter, just in terms of a staple that pet owners like pet food can't do without for the most part. You've also got a medications component, but even the purchase of a lot of types of medications, and particularly flea tick, can be deferred. So, but that would also sort of figure as one of the less discretionary categories, in my opinion. And then you've got a whole host of other product types that we generally refer to durable products, whether it's litter boxes or toys or apparel, and some of those speak for themselves in terms of how important they are. Obviously, a pet apparel purchase for the most part is going to be highly discretionary, and something that would also be more likely to take place in a store while a pet owner was browsing, as would so many of the non-food supplies purchases. They often accompany the pet food purchase. It's the pet food that brings the customer into the store, and then they start browsing. So without that kind of in-store experience and browsing and impulse purchasing, we felt that the bulk of the non-food supplies category was going to be under stress, at least over the next few months. Again, the big exception being cat litter.
Is there anything that marketers and manufacturers can do to support sales of your more discretionary categories during this period?
Well, I think that one of the biggest positive factors, if you can even talk about positive during a pandemic like this, would be the pets as family aspect of pet ownership, which is something that also kind of kicks into high gear with pet owners spending so much more time at home. So I think that pet owners are looking for ways to entertain themselves and their pets the same way they are their human children. So there may be an opportunity there for interactive types of toys, for example. Chews and treats, of course, cross over into the food market, but those types of pampering and pet-pleasing toys, and a lot of them, of course, are also appealing to the human sensibilities and their need to interact with their pet and reward their pet for being there for them during this difficult time. I think all of those represent opportunities now. They need to be marketed, whether it's through e-blasts or television commercials or radio or however marketers choose to go about that.
Right, that makes sense. I think anything, the tug toys and even the throws and launcher toys that you can maybe use in your backyard with your pet, so that you both get some exercise and release some stress, could be an appealing product this time. And just going back quickly to cat litter, do you see, even though it's not essentially discretionary, do you see any trading down in what products you buy, or any impetus for store brands in cat litter?
We do. We took that into account in our projections, that there would be some degree of trading down, but I think particularly during the stocking up stage, which has been so important for various types of pet products, whether it's staples, particularly pet food, I think pet owners for the most part are going to stock up on what they're used to buying. And so when those products run out or out of stock, unavailable, they will be looking for alternatives, at which time they would be open to lower cost brands or pretty much whatever is on the shelf. And again, it depends on how long the situation goes on, how long the period of economic stress. It looks like it's something that's going to go on for quite a while, in which case I do believe that we would see pet owners trading down. One insulator there is that so much of the pet market is driven, however, by relatively high-income households who are themselves also going to be more insulated than households in general.
Right. And online auto ship through Chewy, through Amazon, even for cat litter, some of these categories, certainly including medications, might also tend to create a stickiness in retaining the products that you do use.
Absolutely. I think once consumers experience that and realize how convenient it is, and also basically how affordable it is, it's very competitively priced, as any independent pet retailer will tell you. So, those advantages are very hard to beat, along with the sort of endless aisle selection that's available online.